What's up guys, it's Gold Zuko and welcome to another Hunger Games episode for Minecraft PE. I think this is episode 33 and you know what, this is going to be a cool episode because I'm actually going to be using my very own custom skin. And you know what, I really dig how this skin came out. I made it myself from scratch, so check this out guys. I think it looks really cool. It looks a lot like Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender for obvious reasons, but I really like it. And also if you check the back of it, it has a Z on the back, you know, a gold Z for Gold Zuko. Pretty sweet. And if you've been watching my channel for, you know, a pretty long time, then you would know that I used to have another skin before this one, which was made by a friend of mine named Ninspark. She's really cool. She makes Pokemon videos, and she actually came up with that really cool Z on the back of this skin. And you know what, even though I ended up changing my skin, I did like the Z a lot, so I ended up keeping it because I thought, man, this Z looks awesome. So I pretty much kept it. And anyways guys, before we start this video off, I just want to remind all of you, be sure to follow me on Twitter at GoldZuko, because I would really appreciate that. So we're gonna go ahead and run in this direction, and looks like there's a guy behind us. Not really sure if he's a friend or a foe, so we're gonna try to take him out. Looks like he's got, I don't know what he is, he looks like a slime or something. Pretty neat. I really like all the skins I've been seeing on Hunger Games. There's a lot of cool ones, guys, but we are going to take this guy out, and we took him out, awesome, and now we're going to eat his food because that's just to add insult to injury. No, not really, but you know, sometimes you just got to eat when you're hungry, guys. So we're going to eat some of this raw meat, which is pretty gross, but you know what, that's how we roll sometimes. Also, if you guys have been wondering why I haven't uploaded a video in about a week, I've just been caught up with a lot of other things. I've also been watching a lot of basketball, which I know is not really a great excuse, but I've been really watching a lot of basketball. I've actually just finished watching a game right now. It was, you know, the Cavs versus Golden State Warriors, and I really want the Warriors to win because I'm honestly not a big fan of LeBron James. I don't like LeBron. I feel like he's just, I don't know, he's just really arrogant, and he's just, he's such a clown. He's always flopping around on the court, and oh man, I do not dig LeBron. But anyways guys, I really am glad because the Warriors actually won today, and now they are they're 3-2 for the season. So if they win the next game, they actually you know, they're gonna be the champions, so that's gonna be pretty sweet. Hopefully they win. And actually I have a pretty cool story to let all of you guys know in this video. I think it's pretty interesting. I can't wait to tell you guys, but first I need to find some better supplies, and it's really dark in here, so I'm gonna try to break a torch and make it a little lighter. Let's see, is there any chests in this building? I see some beds, and there's no chests up here, which is kind of lame, but you know what, whatevs, we're just gonna go ahead and be on our way. And I know there's probably some chests down here to the right, so we're gonna go check out that area. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys the story that I wanted to discuss. And the story basically goes like this. I was at West Los Angeles with my mom and my best friend, and you know, we were all going out to dinner, and we were going to this really famous restaurant called the Apple Pan. And the reason why they call that is because they also sell, they're like a burger joint, but they also sell apple pies and, you know, other types of pie. And it's really good place. I love eating there. The food is just amazing. But the weird thing about this place, guys, is, you know, when you go to most restaurants and they usually have a host or a hostess, and they tell you, okay, the wait is going to be this long, and this is where you're going to be sitting, or, you know, whatever. They pretty much, you know, tell you where you're going to be sitting. So the weird thing about this restaurant is they don't have anyone like that. You pretty much, you walk in, and whoever was there before you, you kind of come to a mutual understanding that the person there before you gets to sit down, and then, you know, after they sit down, you get to sit down, and the people who arrive after you sit down, you know, after you sit down. So that's pretty much how it works. And it actually took us a really long time to sit down because there's a bunch of really jerky Arabian dudes, and they kept stealing everyone's, you know, seat even though they just arrived. And I was really annoyed by that because, you know, it's just social etiquette to you know, wait your turn, but I guess some people weren't taught that. So I'm really not gonna go much into, you know, more detail about that, but it was a little annoying, to be honest. So I was a little irked about that. But then, so we eventually sat down after like 30 minutes or so, and you know, it was a pretty long wait, but it was definitely gonna be worth it because the food there is super good. And we're gonna take this guy out because he's got a really rad chest plate. We're gonna have to take that, and let's see. All right, where is this dude? All right, we took him out. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. What is this? Pork chops? Pork chops and apple sauce. Yeah, we're gonna eat that, and we're gonna throw on. Oh wait, we already have a chest plate. Derp. We're gonna take this guy out. His name is Max the Wolf. We'll take this dude out real quick. All right, sorry Max the Wolf, it's over for you. You put up a good fight, but you know what? You were no match for the Prince of Darkness. So anyways, back onto the story. We finally sat down after like 30 minutes, and you know, we ordered our food, and then a few minutes after we ordered our food, while we were waiting for the food, two people walked into the restaurant. And you're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway, because I actually have witnesses. You know, I went with my mom and my best friend, like I said earlier. But it was crazy because 2 minutes later, if you've seen the new Amazing Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, both of them actually walked into the restaurant. And I was like the first one to notice them. I was just staring at them for the longest time. And I was like, thinking to myself, is that Spider-Man? Is that the girl from Spider-Man? You know, I was pretty much tripping out because, you know, Spider-Man is actually one of my favorite superheroes, if not my favorite superhero. So I was really excited when I saw them. And, you know, it turns out it really was them. And then finally, when I realized it was them, I told my friend, I was like, dude, that's Spider-Man. And so it was pretty crazy, you know, pretty crazy to think that you were actually eating at the same restaurant as Spider-Man. And the funny thing is, he actually had to wait a really long time, him and his girlfriend. I don't even know if they're still dating, but they had to wait an extremely long time to sit down. So long that, you know, even when I left, they were still standing up. But anyways, you know, back to the story. I saw them and I really wanted to take a picture, guys, but then I was like, man, I don't want to be that guy who, you know, is bothering a celebrity just because I want an autograph or a picture. I don't want to be that dude. So I finally just decided against it. You know, I decided that I wasn't going to ask them for a picture and I wasn't going to, you know, try to take a picture of them. And they actually, I have a feeling that they knew that I recognized them, because I was the only one to recognize them, because Spider-Man, you know, in the movie, he's like clean shaven, you know, he doesn't have any facial hair. They look like, you know, Peter Parker. In real life, he looked like a caveman, which is really weird. He kind of looked like the cross between a caveman and a hobo. And the girl, honestly, was not as glamorous as I expected she would be, you know, as compared to how she looked in the movie. But, you know, she was still pretty and all. But I really was just mind blown. I was like, oh my god, I want to get their autograph so bad. But anywho, you know, I ended up just leaving after we all left, and then you know, Spider-Man still didn't even get a seat, which is kind of funny. Spider-Man, like, saving people's lives in the movie, and then you can't even get a seat at a burger place in real life. But anyways, I thought that was a pretty funny story. It was really, really cool, though. It's weird because I never actually considered myself to be the type of person to, you know, get starstruck, but I think it was because honestly, Spider-Man is like my favorite superhero of all time, so that's probably why I actually was so, you know, starstruck. I was just like, man, Spider-Man is right here, this is so cool. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. I think that's probably like the first time I've actually encountered a real celebrity, like a movie actor or actress in real life. Really, really cool. I've seen other famous celebrities and like YouTubers at Downtown Disney a few times. I've seen that guy, what's his name? I think his name is Dietrich. He also has a YouTube channel. I've seen him at Downtown Disney. He's really, really short in real life. Really interesting. I didn't expect him to be so short, but anyways, you know, that was a pretty fun little experience that I had. And the match is going to be starting, or the death match is going to start in like a minute or so. So we're pretty stacked. We got a diamond sword. We should be pretty Gucci. Let's see how many people are left. 6 survivors remaining. It might be a pretty hectic in that match, but you know what? I think we'll be just fine. And we don't even have that much great armor on. This guy definitely has the advantage on us in armor. But we're going to take this guy out, and let's see. There he is. Get back here. All right, we took him out. Now I'm going to take out this guy because he seems like the next biggest threat. And someone just fell in the lava, which is kind of weird. Whoa, this guy's trying... Spider-Man! Oh my god, it's Spider-Man, guys. Wait, was that Spider-Man? It looked like Spider-Man. But anyways, we're going to take that guy out, and we made it out with the win, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. That was pretty ironic that we ran into a guy using a Spider-Man skin after we were talking about actually meeting or seeing Spider-Man in real life. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to do me a big solid. Leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at Goldzuko because I would really appreciate that. And oh cool, look, it's like a volleyball court or something. Anyways, guys, wait, let me see. Is this Spider? Oh my god, it was Spider-Man. That's comedy. That is comedy. Look at this guy. Webman299. That's comedy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Spider-Man knew we were talking about him. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you on the next video. Have an awesome day or night, and don't forget, stay gold.